Hello, this is Dave from Dave's English. Have you heard of muscle memory before? Muscle and memory. From the sound of this expression, one would think that the muscle has built a sort of memory. No, but I'm going to give you an everyday example, probably from your childhood, that will help you to clearly understand what muscle memory means. When you were a child and you were learning how to ride a bicycle, you mounted the bike a couple of times and fell off that same bike a couple of times. You kept struggling, improving on your balancing on the bike. So over time, you realize that you no longer fell off the bike, and today you can ride perfectly well because you have learned how to ride. The same thing probably happened when you were learning how to drive. You were scared, too conscious of the road markings, but today you simply open your car, crank the engine, and drive off without thinking. It doesn't mean that you are now careless or you no longer care about your own safety. What has happened is that you have built muscle memory for driving, the same way you built muscle memory for riding a bicycle. To the bystander, what you are doing is nothing out of the ordinary. But the truth is, it took you time to learn how to do this act. Now, from a physiological or neurophysiological point of view, what happens is that anytime we are learning how to do any act or activity that is physically challenging, each time we initiate that act, there is a neural pathway between the motor cortex, which is part of our brain responsible for physical movement, and the muscles, the sets of muscles that we need to perform that activity well. Now, as the signal travels from your motor cortex to your muscle, a sort of well-defined neural pathway is created and consolidated over time, such that when you will have built the skill for that activity, it becomes pretty easy for you to perform the activity without thinking, because there is a paved motorway, if you like, between the brain and the muscles that you need to perform that activity. So in English, the idiomatic expression is that you have built muscle memory. But this is what really happens from a medical perspective. So hopefully you've understood it from both perspectives. My name is Dave from Dave's English. Join me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Let's continue to improve the way we speak the English language. Bye.